right, guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. A good bit has happened over the last couple of days that we need to dive into for the Apex Legends esports scene. Also got a pretty cool announcement as well. So if you guys want to keep up to date with roster updates, roster changes like this one, a crazy stat, some drama going on, and then even tournament results as well, they're going to get more and more active as we get back into the ALGS season. We've been in a quite off period since the season 20 breakout launch, so things should pick up pretty soon. Let's dive into it. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive into it. First thing I wanted to make mention of was the Asia Festival tournament. Of course, like I did cover this and how TSM was doing and how they looked really well. Well, it's been a couple of days, and yes, they did win the tournament, and they did. And it's kind of weird because I do wish that there was more advertisement for this tournament. I know it wasn't an official ALGS tournament or anything, but I still felt like it would have been really nice to see a lot more. Like, why, if you're going to go through the hassle of building this venue together and getting all these teams here and everybody competing, and you know, it's still exciting to watch, I just don't understand why we didn't, you know, still market it a little bit more or make it somewhat more important of a tournament. I don't know. But anyways, it did happen. TSM got first, Crazy Raccoon second, Dreamfire third, Reject winning in fourth, and then Alliance, playing with Yuki, by the way, did get fifth place. And unfortunately, your APAC North teams that we thought were so strong just didn't seem to show up, especially up against North America. And funny, because TSM was the only North American team there, and I think Alliance was the only EMEA team there. Other than that, it was all APAC North, APAC South, and TSM still able to take the dub. Also wanted to mention scrim results, and I've got a weird stat for you in this one. DarkZero has not only won last night's scrims again, and I know it's just scrims, not that big of a deal, but here's why I say scrims kind of can be important. When you find a stat like this, I looked it up and I looked through all of Chrono's tweets, all of Minus Tempo's tweets, and DarkZero has not placed outside the top 3 in scrimmages since January 31st. And maybe I missed one, but I literally went through every single tweet. These guys have been dominating. And TSM was, of course, back into this one as well. TSM in second place, looking strong, but Native Gaming was probably the storyline of the night, third place, and this is not normal for them. Also, don't forget, Eternal EC has made a change in their roster. We're going to kind of go over that in just a second, but Eternal EC also in fourth place after parting ways with voiid. That's right. So yesterday we had wrote about it on apexglobalseries.com, and voiid, which was kind of like the, I guess, backbone of this team, I felt like for some time, at least somewhat of a leader, is now no longer going to be a part of this, and they're looking for a new IGL. Well, of course, they played last night and had much better results. And who was their third? Well, they were playing with none other than McLovin, former Pro League player as well. And we also had a source tell us that not only was McLovin going to Eternal EC, but Meat Lovers would be locking down Goat, who actually played with me, I think, in a trial a couple of months back. So interesting conversation, to say the least, and it looks like Eternal did benefit this from at least the first set of scrims. We'll see if they can keep that momentum up. But also in the women's scene, we had some drama going on. This one was rather remarkable. So Janey, you guys probably know, TSM women's team. Ava was a part of that team for quite some time, and then Sabs was a part of that team. They were all together, and then they eventually split up, and they were no longer playing with one another. Well, at least Ava was dropped or let go or left the roster. And anyways, Janey came out just yesterday to say random appreciation post, but shout out to Sabs for being my duo since day one. We've always worked through stuff and never gave up on each other, no matter how bad things were. And this was crazy because you see Sabs even respond to it all, you know, teared up. And then here we are just hours later. Janey says, I'm looking for a new team for all women's tourneys and events. Not a joke, by the way, even saying I got dropped. And then here's Sabs also. I hope you'll find a great team. We have been teaming for a long time and I still love you. It just, I know Sabs was dying inside when she saw Janey tweet this. And unfortunate stuff. Ava even said that, you know, this did not age well at all. But now also for the tripods, of course, that's probably why you're here. Who in the world is going to be replacing Nick Merckx after he's leaving Apex for a bit, going back over to Warzone? Who's going to be joining Jet Indeed? Well, it looks like it's very obvious, and everybody kind of knew if you've been keeping up with the scrimmages, but if you haven't, of course, that's why you're here. Anmu is more than likely to be the third for this. Now, today, there's actually an announcement going on. At the time of recording, that announcement has not taken place, but you will not see this video if that doesn't take place. So if it's not Anmu, you'll never see this. If it is Anmu, well, that's why you're watching this video now. So you may be asking, well, why didn't you just wait for the announcement to come out to make this video? Well, I'm currently at the hospital right now getting my wife checked out because she's getting ready to put this baby out. So we might actually be getting the news of being induced. So stay tuned. So Anmu has been doing really good with this team inside of scrim results. And of course, This is the tripod scrims anyway, so you know it is their own set of scrims, but there's still some decent teams in here that they're doing pretty solid against. So very interesting. And Anmu, in my opinion, I think this is kind of the dynamic that you needed for this team. No offense, but I just think that, you know, you really have two remarkable controller players in Jet and Deeds. Pairing that together with an extremely good MK player who maybe can IGL as well, like if you had Anmu or even Vax. And I know Vax not very keen on his own IGLing abilities, but I think Vax would be a really good addition to this roster as well. But Anmu is a very good addition to this roster, and these guys seem to be meshing well, playing well, and even last night, just to kind of confirm, they were still playing with one another in ranked and going into scrims as well a couple of days ago. So it's all but confirmed at the time of recording, but by the time you're watching this video, it is confirmed. voiid had put out Tripod's roster announcement this evening, so it's probably down in the description below, honestly, if you want to go see the official. But I did hear also through a source that it is going to be on Deed's YouTube channel, so all the links to their official announcement are down below. But if you're seeing this video, long story short, it's Anmu, okay? And we kind of saw this coming already. Then also, literally just seconds ago, Loopy, which is former OpTic Gaming's coach, who actually got second place at the World Championship last year, opened up about his experience with the ALGS team OpTic Gaming and the organization that he had dreamed of being a part of for so long. He comes out to say, like, I've been hearing all these rumors, and finally, I guess we're at a place where I can actually speak on this stuff now. So he said that it was always his dream to be a part of OpTic. He basically said he came on such a late notice. He knew they were going to do such a good job at champs. They nearly won the entire event. He basically was at the biggest high of his entire career. Then after champs, and this is so weird because we saw this with not only the second place team OpTic, but also kind of the third place team Blackhand as well, as they kind of moved on with their coach. You would think, like, such good performance, they're going to keep their roster, they're going to keep their coach, they're going to get, you know, I guess keep progressing and make things better. And that just simply, I guess, didn't go according to plan. So basically, Loopy says he goes to start his contractually obligated negotiations at the end of this event because it's time to do that. And the day before these negotiations happened, he was told that the team wanted to move forward with Shiny instead. And he was actually never able to give a monetary offer or his contract renegotiations, or actually negotiate like at all. They put me on hold and told me that they wanted time to consider the situation. After about a week later, we had a call and the team told me it was official and they were moving forward with Shiny and dropping Loopy, of course. And obviously he was upset, and he said he felt like he was screwed over, but at the same time, it's esports, so he didn't want to get his panties in a wad, I guess. And after all of this, he had plenty of opportunities to coach in the Pro League, and he wanted nothing more than to stay in the professional Apex. But while Apex kept me afloat, it barely paid his bills and it didn't make him feel secure. So he decided he wanted to step away, and he had no bad blood with the team or the org, and basically said that's the story of esports at the end of the day. If they feel like they can get a better placement or better results without you and with someone else, then that's just the way that it works. And there's no bad blood, there's no drama going on. He also said he's in a great place and thriving now, but definitely thought that was an interesting update coming from OpTic Gaming and the former coach Loopy that was able to play second place at the World Championship. Lastly, just so we wrap the video up, want to let you guys know Oversight Esports. So I actually mentioned this on my main channel yesterday, but I got a little confused because it was coming from Hypermiss, which is normally an in-game type leaker or, you know, I guess news guy, whatever. And so I thought this was going to be something in the game. It was going to be super fun that Apex was putting on, but it seems to be more so of just a tournament that Apex may be hosting with their sponsors or partners. And Oversight Esports, obviously, you guys know, is the one that Minus Tempo and Chrono run. So this is going to be a Nessie Cup Invitational, super fun, multiple rounds, and it's going to be more of a tournament that has a big prize pool and everything, but it's going to be in way of multiple game modes rather than just crazy BR. It's going to be hide and seek, abilities only, punching only, all of that stuff, and then maybe some mini BR games. So a mix of everything, and I think it's going to be super fun, and I would really like to see some in-game tournaments like this, man. Can we please get the signups to be in-game? We need a tournament tab in Apex where you can click tournaments and sign up, register with my team or something. That would just be so amazing. But until then, of course, make sure to stay up to date with all things ALGS news. You like and subscribe to this channel, and until the next time, we will see you all later, Gators.